Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing a series of videos I do for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. Ate the stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. This is also my lunch, so boy, oh boy, do I hope this tastes good. But anyway. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? Well, it happens to be my Seven Dust shirt. Oh, with a very badass picture of the lead singer of Seven Dust on it. This is actually a tour shirt. This is from the Machine Killer tour that Seven Dust went on with the band Static X. They co-headlined together. And I got this a few days ago. I was fortunate enough, I made it out to one of their shows. Fantastic show by all involved. Getting to see Seven Dust was definitely kind of a really cool thing for me because I hadn't seen them in like over 10 years. Last time I saw them was when they were on tour with Coal Chamber during their like first reunion run. So when I saw that they were going to be, performing with Static X, plus there'd been some comments made by one of the members that, like, maybe they weren't going to be around for that much longer, although it seems like that's, may have been, kind of blown out of proportion. But, yeah, man, I just, I took that opportunity. All the bands were fantastic. The openers were a band called Lines of Loyalty. Then you had Dope, then Seven Dust, then Static X. They were all fantastic. I got merch, and I got videos of their performances. Those videos are also on this channel, just in case you're interested. Maybe you're into music stuff as well as food stuff. Anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? That might be a little bit better. Anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Like I said, it is my lunch, and it's from, boom, Little Caesars. Specifically, these are their garlic Parmesan Caesar wings. Because Little Caesars has wings. Because basically at this point, pretty much all of the pizza chains have wings. If not all of them, pretty much all of them. Even Little Caesars has them. I've never had wings from Little Caesars. I imagine they'll be fine because they're just wings. But, so, let's go ahead, open it up. And let's see if we can get a thing for the thing. They have different... Oh, that's garlicky. Let's get a thing for the thing. Hopefully not spill a bunch of stuff. Ha ha ha! Maybe. Ha 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 ha! So warm. Damn, so warm. Anyway, let's try out some wings from Little Caesars. Very heavy on the garlic with the sauce. But it is blended in nicely with the Parmesan. Like, you're not just getting hit by garlic, but it's definitely the most prominent flavor. Wings themselves seem to be nice. Not the best I've ever had or anything. But they seem to be cooked okay. But I've definitely had more impressive wings, to be sure. But they're tender, they're juicy. And even with the amount of flavor that the garlic Parmesan sauce has, you can still taste the chicken. So, I'll give them credit for that. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's one of those things, like, garlic Parmesan is a pretty common wing flavor these days. Everybody does a little bit different. And that's why it's interesting for me to try. Because, like, granted, barbecue's going to be different place to place, what have you. But I don't know, something about garlic Parmesan is one of those things. I think part of it is because back when I was in my late teens or early 20s was probably the first time when I had like garlic Parmesan wings from this little pub place that I don't know if they're still there anymore. That was a long time ago now. But yeah, they had like garlic Parmesan wings, and like it was like so cool, man. Like they were super tasty and really garlicky and wonderful. And so since then, I've always had kind of like this added affection for them, and I like to try them out when I go to different places and stuff. Keep trying to adjust stuff, like it's going to improve any of this. Um, but yeah, and it's always interesting to see like kind of the ratios that they go with and sort of what they're able to do with it. In this, like I said, very heavy with the garlic, but the Parmesan is blended in well. You know, so you do get like a nice kind of cheesy garlicky thing. Let's go. Let's. You get the texture from the Parmesan on top. Yeah. I mean, fundamentally, these are decent enough wings. Like, they're tasty. They got a lot of flavor. There's nothing bad about them. You know, my only critique would really just be an issue of preference. And that's it. You know, I've certainly had garlic Parmesan blends that I think work a little bit better for me. You know, just, again, it's just personal preference as far as like, you know, some of them are maybe a little less heavy-handed with the garlic. They're a little bit more subtle. But with these, I mean, you know, Little Caesars is fast food. You know, it's meant to be punchy. It's meant to hit, and it does. It works very well in that capacity. These are some tasty, flavorful wings. You know, they're not fantastic, but you're getting them from Little Caesars. They could have been a million times worse, and they're not. They're good. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? I'm going to go with yes and yes. Genuinely. I think, but here's the caveat. That's if you're ordering or going to a Little Caesars. I don't think that you should go out of your way to get these just because I think there are better wing spots out there. There are obviously lots of places. You know, Buffalo Wild Wings and, what's the other one I can't think of off the top of my head? But you know what I'm talking about. There's lots of places that specialize in wings these days. You can go to like most like bars and pubs and stuff like that you know will have like a good wing variety. You don't really need these, but again, if you're getting them from Little Caesars, they actually do taste pretty good, and like I don't have any big faults with them. I could see myself grabbing them again as like a side order. Plus, Little Caesars at least has the benefit over like Domino's and Pizza Hut, where they're still relatively affordable. This, and I got a pizza, and I'm going to be reviewing the pizza too. A little over $20, you know, a little much, but not too bad considering, again, what you'd have to pay at some other places. If I'm recommending it, yeah, man, I mean, you know, depending on what you feel about Little Caesars and their pizza, it's not my favorite pizza spot, but, you know, I'll do some Little Caesars every now and again if they're doing some kind of a thing. I've reviewed Little Caesars stuff before. I honestly think their wings are maybe even a little bit better than their pizza. So, like, yeah, you know, like I said, as a nice side order, and I do think the garlic Parmesan ones are good. There's nothing that I actively dislike about them. It just would be slight preference changes. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, spanish rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly garlic Parmesan-tastic rest of your life. Because whether it's on wings or anything, that's just a damn near perfect combination of flavors. I'm just saying. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes. And when we have to deal with that, you know, it's important we go over there when we have the opportunity. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, the thing that I need to do is I need to take these off of my knee because they are warm, and it's starting to bother me. But, maybe you have a particular variety of wings that are your personal favorites and that you always like to try when you go out to places. And hey, it's not like I'm doing anything special here. You could go over there. You could start up a whole YouTube channel about it, or TikTok, or what the fuck ever these days. I'm not. Yeah, that's one of those things when I run into people who are a little bit younger than me, and it's like, YouTube? Nah, TikTok. And it's like, ugh, TikTok. And then it's like, to be fair, no offense to anybody who creates content on TikTok or anything like that. I ain't trying to cast shade. I just don't need to go down that route. I didn't get into Vine back in the day. I don't need to get into fucking TikTok. I don't need to get into any more social media stuff, honestly. So, but anyway, yeah, you could do that. Then you could become, super fantabulistically famous. And then, maybe you go over there, you gain a little clout. Then Logan Paul decides that he's going to go over there and challenge you to a boxing match because he's an ass clown and just as terrible all around. And maybe you feel the same way that I do, and maybe you just beat the ever-loving shit out of him in the fucking ring. I mean, just mercilessly. Just well after the referee has stopped to try to stop the fight. Unlike Logan Paul, he's a dick. Anyway, bye!